November the 12th, 7 o'clock p.m. in council chambers. There actually are two items of business this evening. The first one that we're dealing with right now is an official public hearing, and there is judicial and legal requirements here that we have to go through. So I will start off by reading the statement of the chair outlining this public hearing meeting. This public hearing is convened pursuant to Section 890 of the Local Government Act, RSBC 1996, to allow the public to make representation to council respecting matters contained in Zoning Bylaw Amendment Number 1085.88, 2013. Every person present who believes that their interest in property is affected by the proposed bylaw shall be given a reasonable opportunity to be heard respecting matters contained in the proposed bylaw. None of you will be discouraged or prevented from making your views known. However, it is important that you restrict your remarks to matters contained in the proposed bylaws. When speaking, please proceed to the microphone and commence your remarks by clearly stating your name and address. Members of council may, if they so wish, ask questions of you following your presentation. However, the function of council at this public hearing is to listen to you rather than to debate the merits of the proposed bylaw. In accordance with the council procedure bylaw, presentations by members of the public shall be limited to a maximum of 5 minutes each. If a person has additional information that he is unable to provide within that time frame, he shall be given further opportunity to address council after all other interested members of the public have been heard a first time. Please refrain from applause or other expressions of emotion during this public hearing so that we may ensure as impartial a hearing as possible. After this public hearing is adjourned, council members will not speak to the public on this matter until after the matter has been dealt with at a public meeting. After this public hearing has concluded, council may, without further notice, give whatever effect council believes proper to the representations made at this hearing. Confirmation of advertising and posting of requirements. Notice of this public hearing was given in accordance with the Local Government Act and the Community Charter by distributing the notice as follows. In 2 consecutive editions of the Astoria Times on October 30th and on November 6th, placing the notice on the notice board at the Town Hall on October the 28th, 2013, posting on the town's website on October the 28th, 2013, and then e-news notification was distributed on October the 29th, 2013. There are copies of the ads that were placed in the Astoria Times. And the bylaw we're talking about now is on home occupations, and there's a staff report on that, and Director of Planning, Director Cunningham, will read that statement.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The purpose of this meeting is to seek public input on proposed zoning bylaw amendments relating to home occupation businesses before council proceeds with considering further bylaw readings and adoption. The town of Osoyoos is seeking to modernize our approach to home businesses to meet contemporary needs and to be more comparable with the bylaws of other municipalities. Our objectives for proposing these changes are as follows. A, facilitate economic opportunities for appropriate home businesses. B, accommodate home business in a way that respects the essential character of residential neighborhoods. C, preserve our neighborhood as the main center of business in Osoyoos. And D, ensure that bylaw provisions are practically enforceable. Some of the more significant changes proposed to meet these objectives are: 1, 2 different levels of home occupation businesses would be distinguished. Level 1 businesses, such as those relying on telecommunications, would have minimal effects on neighbors and hence would be allowed for the first time in 2 multifamily dwelling units, carriage homes, and secondary suites. Both Level 1 and moderately higher impact Level 2 businesses would be allowed in a single-family dwelling. 2, for the first time, allowable home businesses will be permitted within accessory buildings of single-family dwellings. And 3, and for the first time also, 2 home businesses would be allowed simultaneously on single-family dwelling properties if at least one of them is a Level 1 low-impact business. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. There is some information in the agenda of how we got to where we are today at the public hearing for this bylaw. And then I'm asking, was there any correspondence, Director Cunningham?
No, we did not receive that.
There was no correspondence, so there was no registered correspondence dealing with this. So we are now down to presentations under item C on the agenda, public representation. So anyone wishing to speak to this bylaw, now would be your time. Come forward to that microphone there beside Director Cunningham, and have a chair and a microphone, and make your statement, please. Does anyone wish to come forward to speak to this bylaw? And for the third and final time, does anyone wish to come forward and speak to this bylaw? Hearing none, I declare this public hearing closed. Thank you.